Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik, and this is the realm I toured a few weeks ago, and it's shutting down in a few days, so we're doing another tour. Yeah, I was planning to do one of these a while in the future, but apparently the realm was only bought for 1 month, or they cancelled it before it renewed, so it's going down in a few days, which means, in the event I can't get the world download, because, you know, Microsoft, I thought I'd archive it, because a lot of stuff has happened. We're starting on my side of things, and then we'll go into everyone else's. Because my side is, I think it's most new. Well, I'm out here. Little story. The Bedrock version of the Wither acts a little different. And, I spawned it in. I'll show you how close it was to where I've been building. And I did not know how different it was. And it killed me. And there was no way I could kill it. I was under-equipped. It was camping my stuff. The only thing I could do was lead it away. So I led it away to here. I actually led it away all the way over there. But for some reason, and I will never understand why this is, the game decided to move it here. As you can see, I'm edging closer because I don't want to move into its range. But yeah, I'll be damned if I ever go near there. Because again, the server's shutting down. It's not my problem. And I was leading it. I'll walk you through the path where I was leading it. This is kind of the diagonal thing. But imagine I curved like all the way around that way. That's the route I actually took. But I was planning on ditching it around here. But it was near this village, and if you were here, it would be loaded in. So I was kind of like, yeah, we'll lead it a little further away. Again, it is not in the place I left it. It has been slowly moving closer to where I'm building every day. Which, you know, considering kind of how far away my whole thing is, yeah, it's not that bad. Other kind of bits of context, I suppose, is that I've built my own separate town. Things were kind of heating up at some point, so I was like, I'm just going to go away, I'm going to move all my stuff to another side of the thing, there's going to be one final secret room, and it's going to be super cool. And that's exactly what happened. No one knew where this was, except for the people I showed when I heard the server was shutting down. And yeah, it was actually a really well hidden secret room. The only downside is that I was going to have this grand reopening, because the only way to where I'm building now is through that secret room, and that has all my good stuff in. And I was going to have this, like, you know, railway station, like, hut built, and that'd be how everyone gets there. But obviously that's kind of been cut short, which you know, fair enough. The realm, it does. I'd say I'm probably the only active player on there. Some people hop on every so often, but I think interest has definitely dipped. We found other games to play. But here's a look at what could have been. Yeah, I have actually already recorded this once, but the problem is the thing was not censored in OBS in the slightest. So, you know. And yeah, I have to say, that was not destroyed by me, or the person I was building this with. I'm not going to label anyone with letters, because I really just can't be bothered. But, yeah, that wasn't destroyed by me. Someone else destroyed that at some point. It was destroyed when we turned up. But because we were keeping this so secret, I always found it kind of funny to be like, oh, this is you know, someone was so close to seeing, you know, our little settlement. Which, yeah, this is our railway exit, by the way. It's not very ceremonious, but let me give you the tour. You know, let's get down to it. So you got this little market street. I've inspired this place out of Shenmue 2's Kowloon, because I like that place. This is it's kind of a mimic of Dragon Street that was not as long and complex. Oh, and it's turning to night, which means all the good stuff happens now. Yeah, so say that grand reopening I was talking about. I built this building. This was the second to last thing I remember building. But this is it's a little inn. You've got your check-in counter, then upstairs you've got 4 beds. 4 bedrooms. And one of these, all of them are 3x3, but this one's 3x4 because I miscalculated slightly. But it's a little inn. Again, nothing was decorated because I just didn't have the time, but yeah. Moving on, you've got this fountain. These daylight sensors turn on redstone lamps. Kind of same thing there. It looks nice, you know. It's a nice little thing. I like how it works. But that's kind of the main plaza. There's a cafe there too. All of this down here was eventually going to be covered in stone bricks. This is actually incomplete for the most part. But moving into what I built first, there's a little alley back there too. And I don't think these were ever done fully as well. They never had like any flooring or stuff put behind them. But you know, the idea was there. But before all that, I hear pillagers. Why are you here? Why are you here? Are you okay? What? Weird. This game's weird, man. But this is the first thing I built. it's a little, what would it be? It's a one-tick farm, so it grows the bamboo in there and it grows the seaweed in there. And they kind of come together into these smokers to make a bunch of dried kelp. You do some like finessing with it, and it gets you a bunch of XP and dried kelp, and then you can use that to kind of smelt things, which is useful, because if you move up here, we got ourselves a super smelter. There are monsters nearby, you stupid pillagers, ruining my video. But this is a super smelter. I don't actually have many spaces to demonstrate how this works to you all, but I'll throw that out. But these are the input chests for each individual furnace, those are the output chests, and this fuel thing kind of evenly distributes everything, which I think is pretty cool. This is also where I've slept for like the vast majority of where I was building this, and I probably should have relocated it to that inn, but again, it was a matter of time. Upstairs there ain't much, kind of just a little balcony, but there is this. You know, there's an anvil. Never knew that was there. Yeah, I kind of like how the stair was built. Wish I could have got to build more of it. But here we are. This guy, right? He's stupid. Yeah, I'm near a village, so they really like to try and give me bad omen for some reason. But that's that. A little cafe outside. I like to think that all the food they serve here is cooked in those furnaces, but that's just me. Moving on, there's a gold farm. Need I say more? It's big, it's imposing, and very effective. Like, you can take a look at my level. The last building we'll look at is built entirely out of concrete, so yeah, when it came to repairing this shovel, this thing was a godsend. It threw the swords into lava that was there. It was pretty complex. There was even a villager here where we could get emeralds from the rotten flesh, and I reckon there's a trident on there, if I'm not wrong, that kills the pigmen. Haven't used it for a while, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. You can see me kind of towering up to it to get into the nether, which for some reason would always result in, I'm not sure why this is, but it'd just result in a bunch of mobs being on the other side of the portal and destroying it. Don't know why. And finally there's this. This is the unfinished building, which I insisted had to be made out of light grey concrete, which took multiple weeks to be built. I reckon if I built it out of another block it would have been finished sooner. But the idea was, all my valuables would be on the top floor. I kind of scaled it back a bit, but it was originally going to be to build height. And then the top floor would be, you know, diamonds and gold floor, all our good stuff was there. And if you didn't know where they were hidden, like hidden button contraptions, you'd have to take the stairs. And that'd wear down your hunger, and you'd essentially, you know, think, oh god, I'm up here, I'm going to starve to death soon. And you wouldn't be able to make it to the top floor. That was the general idea, at least. Yeah, I always thought it was cool. I was planning on having little penthouses built in, kind of carve areas of that out. But it never really came to be, which I'd say sucks. But again. And anyway, that was everything I've built. As for the main camp, there was actually a fair bit of stuff done. But as you can see by the coordinates, if you were familiar with the first tour at all, it's a little ways away, so I am going to cut back. But first things first, this railway took about a day to build. Again, the whole idea was that place would be kept secret until it was entirely finished, which, you know, I've had to kind of break that promise. But yeah, going through here, there was some good stuff along the way. I think we cut through 2 ravines, a couple caves, and I didn't know this was in the game, but we skimmed directly in, like, just exactly 1 block next to a spider spawner, which I didn't even know was in the game. Like, I knew they could be in there, but I didn't know they're actually generated. Not a cave spider, but like regular spider. I only thought those did, say, zombies and skeletons, but apparently I was wrong. But yeah, this is about a 800 block long trip, so I'm going to cut ahead, and then I'll show you all the stuff that's changed on the other side, because I think it's fairly interesting. Okay, so we're back. Yeah, this is actually the hidden room I was talking about. All my good stuff is I clicked out the tab, but all my good stuff is kept here. Yeah, a little furnace room. Again, this is the main idea was that this would be kept secret, and someone actually broke into here. Normally there's a block here which would hide this, but yeah, you have to jump up, push this button, and then quickly run back and do that. But for some reason, someone's taken it. I'm not sure why they would, but I don't know. Maybe someone was looking for something to grief, but got bored on the railway ride over. But yeah, the mechanism to get in here is pretty interesting. I'll explain this room in a sec, but. His little VLR speedrun reference. But the idea is you press this on the wall and the thing moves, so it kicks the button off the wall. But when it actually gets pressed, the block there gets retracted, so you've got to kind of sprint over, so you'll miss it if you don't know what you're doing. And yeah, it's pretty cool. This entire room is kind of like, it was like a veil. It's like, yeah, there's nothing here, it's just a farm because I'm starving. It wasn't. Most people could tell there was something hidden here, but they just didn't know what it was. And again, because the button kind of keeps getting knocked off the wall, especially like when you go in, and say someone loaded the chunk, the button had despawned, they wouldn't really notice. And even if it hadn't despawned, if you see how like small it is when it's on the ground, like it's easy to miss. So yeah, that was that room. Yeah, okay, did not mean to do that, but yeah, there's some redstone there behind there as well. It was a pretty fun build, that, but it took forever to get the seeds, and that's my only gripe with the thing. But moving on, here's a little notice I made about the wither I showed at the very beginning. Generally just saying don't go to the coordinates. It's pretty standard. But there's stuff that's changed. Yeah, over here. So last time these two houses were in absolute decay. This one is. Yeah, so last night when we got the news that the server was shutting down, we were like, well, let's just blow up someone's house. So I kind of lent them 50 TNT, and kind of, you know, I'll let the boys go at it. There's a nether portal up here too, it's looking more decorated, and there's the path here too. I feel like that's a noticeable addition, but yeah, you should be able to get a feel for how this place looked before it was destroyed, but again, it's been a little bit nukes. It's just a little bit. Come down here, actually. Again, this was the chest room, and if you can tell anything by the state of things, some stuff's missing. There's an aquarium here, though. You know, if you're a fan of fish, there's an aquarium. There's also an ender chest. I think that's where I've kept the dragon egg. Also, a small thing, that house over there is more complete. Okay, so cutting it back in now, just jumped off there, I think. Yeah, nothing's changed to this house at all, it's exactly the same. And I'll take this way, actually, rather than jumping down. I had to cut ahead because someone came in my room. But, moving on, I sure hope I don't trigger a raid. This house is actually intact. So you can actually see what it's actually pretty much the exact same house. Like, that one, if you compare it, it's like night and day. But up here, it's pretty much the same. Shed. Yeah, this is what it looks like before it was burnt down by, that person's house. Or let's just say the person that lives in that house. I'd say, it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna say it looks real nice. I was never too big a fan of acacia wood, but the top half looks nice, and the bottom half, this thing was destroyed last time, but yeah, there were some signs I put on the chest because they got blown up once. It looks pretty good. There's an aquarium in here they built to compete with the one in that house, which it looks a little bit better. There's bookshelves here, this little balcony, I think, and that's... Look, I know this round's being deleted, but I hate blowing up people's stuff. And I think down here there's just, I think there's a dungeon, shall we call it. It looks pretty much the same. And if you swim up here, see, you can be smart with this. I'm pretty sure this was unintentional, but I end up coming out the top, which is something I'm a sucker for. And wrapping it up, I think that was built, and that's like I think it's the second fishing farm, if I'm not wrong. Maybe. There's a jungle leaf thing here too. That's there because we had jungle wood and had nowhere to plant it. That house is the same. I'm not sure if it was there last time. There's an upside down T on the top of that house. I'm not sure who built that. This thing, still here. I think I didn't show off the fact that there's barrels on this bottom floor though that store the stuff that was harvested, which... wish I knew that earlier. And there's a little pond for hatching turtle eggs in here. Okay, cutting back in because I messed up the last little segment. Well, that leaves this house. Honestly, this house is probably... It's a mishmash of different stuff. The main thing being that creepers just love to show up outside of this house. Like, whenever they're on, they just get absolutely bombarded. I should have done this tour a few days ago, actually, because someone, like... They did a little thing where they extended the house way up in it. It looked super weird, but as far as I'm aware, this is it's an extended version of the house that was here before. So yeah, we'll start upstairs, and I'll explain downstairs later, but there's an enchanting table. Carpet was never finished, and there's a cartography table for some reason. There's a farm up back down here. As you can see, there's a lot more mixed matching of wood because of creepers and that, but yeah, there's a gold floor. That wasn't them, that was me, because I had too much gold. And down here is the basement. You know, you got your ender chest, you got your stuff, your carpet. And as far as I'm aware, there'll probably be something I realise later on, and I'll absolutely be kicking myself over it. But for the most part, I think that's everything. I'm sorry about the odd bit of background noise. You know, for some reason, whenever I want to record, my family is like, maybe it's Hoover time. But nah, I'm pretty certain that's everything. it's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely gonna miss this place, but hey, if we do another realm, I might tour it. It depends how much I like it. But yeah, I'm glad I got to show this off one more time. In the event I get a world download, then I suppose if I finish my side of the things, maybe repair that building or just put something better there. Maybe there'll be an extra part to this, I don't know. But until then, guess we'll just have to wait and see. So with all that said, all that aside, I'm not sure how many days this world actually has left. This might be the last time I'm actually walking on, because anything I do kind of, ain't gonna matter in the long scheme of things now, but I'm happy where things have been left. So with all that said and all that aside, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.